Have you ever thought you were doing everything right by eating avocados, tossing them into your salads, or spreading them on toast, only to find out you might actually be putting your health at risk? Imagine this. You've just turned 60. Your doctor urges you to eat more heart-healthy foods, and you finally decide it's time to get serious about your well-being. You add avocado to your breakfast every morning, feeling proud and a bit relieved after all. Everyone says it's a superfood. But what if the very way you handle, store, or prepare this creamy green fruit could quietly threaten your health? I've met so many folks who, like my neighbor Joe, love making guacamole for family gatherings, only to end up with an upset stomach or days of fatigue and never link it to that beloved avocado. Or like Linda, who swore by her daily smoothie, but began noticing unpleasant bloating she blamed on everything but her favorite green fruit. If you're over 60, you've probably been told avocados are practically a golden ticket to aging well. But most people don't know the hidden mistakes that make avocados dangerous, especially for seniors. Today, I'm going to uncover the 6 most common avocado mistakes that older adults make and share the safer, delicious ways to still enjoy this healthy food without putting your body at risk. So if you've ever felt just a little off after eating avocado, or you simply want to make sure you're getting all the benefits without the silent risks, stay tuned. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Let's begin with something that's almost become tradition for so many families: storing a cut avocado with the pit to keep it fresh. I remember my grandmother teaching me to always leave the pit. In the leftover half, she insisted it would stay green and flavorful longer. Maybe you do this too, or have seen tips online telling you to do the same. But research suggests this old kitchen trick is almost useless. According to a detailed study by a leading food science department, leaving the pit in only preserves the tiny area directly in contact with the seed. The rest of the exposed avocado browns just as quickly as if you'd taken the pit out. Why does this matter for your health? Because this common myth gives people a false sense of security, leading many to hang on to half-cut avocados for days, believing it's still fresh. But studies have found that keeping avocados too long, especially once cut, raises the risk of dangerous bacteria like listeria. This bacteria leads to listeriosis, a serious illness that poses a much higher risk as we age and for anyone with a weakened immune system. So what's the right way to keep a cut avocado from spoiling? Brush the top with lemon or lime juice. These natural acids actually slow the browning process, then wrap it tightly in plastic so air can't reach the flesh, and store it in your fridge's crisper drawer. This safer method keeps your avocado fresh and safe to eat for up to 3 days, and reduces your risk of harmful bacteria. I even tell my clients who use avocados daily to look for ready-made avocado savers, those containers with airtight seals. Some even have spots for lemon juice to keep everything fresher, longer. If your avocado looks slimy or smells off, always toss it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Now, let's move to mistake number 5, which often goes unnoticed: eating avocados while taking blood thinners. If you take medications like warfarin for heart conditions or stroke prevention, this simple fruit can put you in harm's way if you're not careful. Avocados are rich in vitamin K, which is a key player in how your blood clots. Blood thinners work by keeping your blood from clotting too much. So when you suddenly change your vitamin K intake by eating more avocados, you risk making your medication less effective. In one well-reported case, a man stable on his blood thinner for years decided to add avocados to his daily routine. Within weeks, his lab tests showed a dangerous drop in how well his medicine was working, and he suffered a minor stroke. The key lesson here: it's not that avocados are bad for you, but you have to keep how much you eat the same from week to week. If you're on these medicines, sudden changes, whether you add or suddenly stop eating vitamin K-rich foods like avocado, kale, or even green tea, can throw your treatment off balance. If you want to enjoy avocados, just add them slowly or talk with your doctor, who might adjust your dose or test you more often. Some blood thinners don't interact with vitamin K at all, so ask if those might be right for you. It helps to keep a food diary. Just jot down when you have avocados or other greens and bring it up at your next visit. Many people find that having just A quarter or half an avocado a day makes it easy to keep things steady, so you get all the flavor, fiber, and healthy fat without the risk. Here's something most people never suspect. Unripe avocados in your smoothies could be the reason you feel bloated, gassy, or have frequent bathroom trips. Many of us have reached for that hard, green avocado on the counter, toss it in the blender, and think, no problem, the machine will take care of it. But research suggests that unripe avocados have much higher levels of a substance called persin, a natural toxin that drops as the fruit ripens. This extra persin, plus tough starches and plant tannins, can upset digestion for seniors. I recall a client who made daily avocado smoothies with not quite ripe fruit and noticed ongoing cramps and bloating once she switched to only perfectly ripe avocados. The issues faded. Your gut bacteria actually shift after just a few weeks of eating too many unripe avocados, which some studies observed could even dampen the good bacteria that keep your digestion in check. A ripe avocado should gently give way to the touch, and the small button on top should pop off to reveal a soft, green spot. If the inside is dark brown or too mushy, it's overripe. For hard avocados, place them in a paper bag with a banana or apple at room temperature to speed ripening. Whatever you do, avoid using heat or microwaves to soften an avocado, because this might change the texture, but not reduce those stomach-upsetting compounds. In the end, ripe avocados lend that delicious silkiness smoothies crave. Spare your belly and preserve the healthy fats and nutrients you're after. Here's an interesting point. Have you ever noticed smoothies from smoothie bars often taste creamier and never make your stomach churn? That's because professional shops only use perfectly ripe, hand-checked avocados. Think of it this way. Ripe fruit is sweet to children, while green, hard fruit makes them turn up their noses. If you want your body to smile too, make ripeness your #1 rule. Now that we've discussed smoothies and vitamin K, let's talk about a problem only a few people and their doctors realize. If you have a latex allergy, avocado could be surprisingly dangerous. There's a connection called latex fruit syndrome. If you've ever had red rashes or swelling after using latex gloves, balloons, or bandages, your body may also react badly to avocados. The proteins inside avocados look a lot like the ones in latex, and your immune system can't tell the difference. In one study, over half of patients with latex allergies also had reactions, sometimes severe, to avocados. These reactions range from a mild, itchy mouth to full-blown trouble breathing and even life-threatening shock. I once heard from a nurse who loved guacamole but always felt her mouth tingling, which she thought was just a spice, but it turned out to be an allergic warning sign. Some unlucky folks ended up needing emergency treatment because a little bit of avocado was all it took. What's more, the proteins in avocado that trigger these reactions don't break down with heat, so cooking or using avocado oil doesn't make them safer for allergy-prone individuals. Cross-contact is a real issue. Avocado prepared by someone wearing latex gloves can pass protein traces, especially in restaurant kitchens. But it's not just avocados. Foods like bananas, kiwis, and even chestnuts can set off the same allergies for those with what's called latex fruit syndrome. If you've ever had a mystery reaction, ask your doctor to test your skin or blood for these foods before adding avocado, or keep an epinephrine auto-injector on hand if you choose to eat them. It's amazing how many healthy-sounding foods now have avocado snuck in, like sauces, dips, or even store-bought breads, so always check the label. Let your friends and family know just in case you can still enjoy many other fruits without risk. Let's move from allergies to something I hear about almost weekly on social media: eating the avocado seed for its supposed health perks. This next mistake might be the most dangerous of all, and yet it's trending with younger people and adventurous folks of all ages. Every month, someone asks me, is it true that the avocado seed is better for you than the flesh? Influencers say it's packed with antioxidants, blending it into smoothies or baking into treats for a nutritional boost. But what they don't mention is that the avocado seed contains sky-high levels of persin, a natural compound that in the seed is far more concentrated and can be toxic. More importantly, your stomach's acid can't really break down avocado seeds, which are much harder than most nuts. Case reports show people who eat ground seed regularly can suffer from severe constipation, blockages in their intestines, or even small tears in their gut lining that require surgery. Some scientists warn that avocado seeds, like apple seeds, contain compounds that may convert to cyanide in the body, a frightening prospect. Even studies that found beneficial antioxidants in the seed warn they are locked away and difficult to absorb, so you're not getting the benefits you might expect. In one case, a woman ended up in the ICU with chest pain and an irregular heartbeat after consuming homemade avocado seed powder. Industrial blenders in food labs can grind them safely, but home blenders can't, leaving sharp pieces that damage your gut. If you hate wasting food, the best thing to do with the seed is compost it or repurpose it as a natural dye or craft. It has no safe place in your diet. There's not a qualified nutritionist or credible doctor I know who recommends eating the avocado seed. Don't risk your health for a trend. There are far safer ways to boost your antioxidant intake, like berries, spices, or even dark chocolate. Before we reveal the most critical avocado error for older adults, let's test your avocado IQ. Did you know heating avocado can turn it from a healthy superfood into a source of toxic byproducts? This final mistake is one I see time and again at summer barbecues or trendy restaurants. Grilling, frying, or baking avocados at high heat. Folks think they're making a gourmet twist, but high temperatures ruin almost every single health benefit of an avocado by damaging its delicate fats. Avocados are famous for their monounsaturated fat, heart-friendly and anti-inflammatory, but these fats break down at fairly low temperatures. When you cook avocados above around 270 degrees Fahrenheit, those good fats turn into harmful compounds called peroxides and aldehydes. Research suggests these new substances have been linked to DNA damage and possibly even increase your long-term risk for some diseases. Dr. Williams, a biochemist I trust, points out that even a short stint in a hot pan or grill can turn an avocado's healthy oils into a chemical that your body struggles to process safely. It's not just the fat. You lose essential vitamins like C, B6, and folate vanish with heat, and browning from high temperatures creates acrylamide, also found in burnt toast and fries. Over time, too much of this compound isn't good for anyone, and especially not for older adults whose systems may be more vulnerable. Grilled avocados might look fancy on a restaurant plate, but they often taste bitter and lose all that creamy, gentle flavor you love. Most top chefs have quit serving them hot for this very reason. If you really want that meaty, smoky flavor, do what smart chefs do. Grill your vegetables, then let them cool before mixing in fresh avocado, or toss avocado in once your dish drops below 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Even some top restaurants use a smoker to infuse smoky aroma into fresh avocado, skipping the heat altogether. Add avocado only to the finished plate for both peak nutrition and perfect texture. Let's circle back with a quick real-life example. Imagine two friends, Tom and Rick, both 66 years old. Tom puts fresh avocado on his salad after letting it come to room temperature, while Rick throws avocado slices onto his barbecue grill. Months later, Tom is enjoying steady energy and better cholesterol, while Rick wonders why his new grilled avocado habit left him feeling off. Sometimes the smallest kitchen changes make the biggest difference. Before we finish, let's recap the major lessons here. Most seniors are told avocados are a health food, but very few learn about these hidden risks. Simply skipping these 6 mistakes can let you safely enjoy delicious avocados while protecting your heart, brain, and digestion. Avoid leaving the pit in for storage. Keep avocados fresh with lemon juice and tight wrapping. Stick with ripe fruit only. Balance your avocado intake if you take blood thinners. Skip the seed entirely, and never cook avocados at high heat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthy and vibrant life after 50 days. And check out this next video on reversing insulin resistance to go even deeper. If you've ever felt tired or struggled with bloating after 50 pounds, this channel is for you. Share your avocado experiences in the comments, and we'll give you personalized insights for your health journey.